Corbyn has just blamed NATO for the war in Ukraine, and in the same breath, they then scream that he wants NATO disbanded. This is the talking heads and bullshit media once again, as they remind us that the absolute boy is still living very much rent-free in all of their heads. And it's all to do with an interview he gave to John Pienaar on Times Radio, where Pienaar desperately tried to get Corbyn to admit he wanted NATO disbanded, and he never did, where he desperately tried to get him to say that he blamed NATO for this war, and Corbyn never did. In fact, he explicitly stated it was Russia to blame, and I'm sure we all agree with him on that. That's not to say, however, that he didn't question NATO and its continued existence as part of a conversation discussing the roles of military alliances as a whole. Now, NATO was set up to ensure the Germans and the Russians got no big ideas after World War II. But once German reunification took place in 1990 and the Soviet Union collapsed the following year, the question really should have been asked, why was NATO still needed? Just in case? It's not really a good enough reason for all that military spending, is it? NATO has gone on to get itself involved in conflicts where it has actively done more harm than good, such as in Syria or Libya. And of course, it has continued to expand, not contract. On what basis? And looks to set to expand even more because of Putin's attack on Ukraine, with Sweden and Finland set to join. Being part of a military alliance is expensive too, as Corbyn also spoke of. Whilst we're spending money on all manner of weaponry, we're not spending it on health or food or housing, which we badly need in this country now. Peace is far better for the world, both physically and economically. So working towards a point where such alliances are not needed is surely the politics we should be promoting. And once again, Corbyn fills headlines because despite it now getting on for 2.5 years since he stepped down as Labour leader, he's still leading the conversation on the things that really matter. What a shame he's not leading a political party now. Goodness knows, we need one that does talk about the things that count. And perhaps that's another reason why the mass media still go for him, still seek to discredit him. He's still the biggest threat to their cosy way of life because he's on our side and not theirs.